This is about organ and organ systems in animals. So, this lesson talks about morphology and anatomy of two vertebrate and two invertebrate animals. So, to begin with, we will discuss now about earthworm, and its scientific name is Lampito mauriti. So, we'll discuss in detail about the morphology and anatomy of earthworm. Before that, we will just uh, discuss about the introduction part. From microbes to the blue whale, that is from microorganisms which are so small to the blue whale, which is the largest aquatic animal. Organisms occur in different sizes and shapes with a well organized organ and organ systems. Whether it's a microbe or the biggest animal, they occur in different sizes and shapes and with a well organized organ and organ systems. According to their body shape and size, they have different organized organ and organ systems. The basic tissues organize to form an organ, which in turn associates to form organ systems in multicellular organisms. So, this is how tissues organize to form organs, and organs in turn associates to form organ systems in multicellular organisms. Such an organization is very essential for efficient and better coordinated activities of millions of cells constituting an organism. Okay, if an organism whose body is consisting of millions and millions of cells, there should be a coordinated activities, and these activities also must be performed in an efficient and better way. So for that, this organization is very essential. Morphology, it refers to the study of form or externally visible features. Morpho refers to external. Logos or logy, it refers to study. So it talks about externally what are all visible features. Okay. So or we can say it talks about the external appearance. On the other hand, the word anatomy, it is it refers to study of internal organs in animals. So both the terms are having opposite meanings. Morphology, it talks about external appearance, but anatomy, it talks about the internal organs in the animals. So in this chapter, we will discuss about morphology and anatomy of invertebrate animals represented by earthworm and cockroach, and the vertebrate animal represented by frog. So we'll discuss in detail about the morphology of earthworm, and its scientific name is Lampito mauriti. Lampito, it refers to genus name, and mauriti, it is the species name. It refers to species name. So in all scientific names, the first part, it refers to the genus to which the animal belongs to, and the other part, or the next part, it refers to the species to which the animal belongs to. So it's a terrestrial invertebrate animal, and it inhabits the upper layers of the moist soil rich in decaying organic matter. It's a terrestrial invertebrate, that is land animal, invertebrate animal, and it lives in the upper layers of moist soil rich in decaying organic matter. It is nocturnal, that is, it performs all its activities during that is night. So active during night time. So such animals are called nocturnal. During the daytime, it lives in burrows made by burrowing and swallowing the soil. Earthworms make their own burrows by burrowing and swallowing the soil. So they remain inside the burrows during daytime, and they become active at night. In gardens, they can be traced by their fecal deposits known as worm castings on the soil surface. So, if you want to know about whether earthworms are found in soil, we can notice or we can understand their presence by the fecal deposits of the these creatures. They leave their fecal matter on the soil so that we can understand. If we notice these fecal deposits in the soil, we can understand earthworms are found in the soil. These fecal deposits are also known as worm castings. And earthworms are considered as friends of farmers. Earthworms are considered as friends of farmers because by burrowing the soil, they make the soil very loose and more aeration will be available, and it's very good for the growth of the plant or the growth of the plant or any crops. Okay, so usually it helps in burrowing, so it makes the soil rich, or it makes the soil more fertile for the crops and plants. So usually they are considered as friends of farmers. The common Indian earthworms are Lampito mauriti. Indian earthworms, okay, common Indian earthworms are, this is the one type, Lampito mauriti, and previously it was called Megascolex mauriti. SY and sin, it refers to synonymous, okay. Earlier it was called as Megascolex mauriti, but now it is called Lampito mauriti, and Perionyx excavatus and Metaphyre postuma, and earlier which was called as Ferritima postuma. So these are the common Indian earthworms. Earthworms are also conveniently classified. Earthworms are also conveniently classified based on their ecological strategies as epigics, aenikics, and endogics. Okay, based on the ecological strategies, that is based on what layer they occupy on the soil, they are classified into epigics, aenikics, and endogics. Epigics, in Greek, it refers to up on the earth. That is, they are living on the surface. So, they are surface dwellers. Example, Perionyx, excavators, and Eudilus eugeniae. And Aenikics, it refers to in Greek out of the earth. That is, they are found in upper layers of the soil. Epigics refers to on the surface of the soil. Aenikics, it refers to that is on the upper layers of the soil, not out on the soil, but they are found in upper layers of the soil. Example, Lampito mauriti, Lumbricus terrestris. And endogics in Greek, it refers to within the earth. That is, they are found in deep layers of the soil. Example, Octochetona thurstoni. So this is the classification. Earthworms belong to the phylum Annelida, class Oligochaeta, order Haplotaxida, genus is Lampito, and species is Mauriti. So this is the picture to show the classification of the earthworms based on their ecological strategies. That is based on the layers on which these earthworms live. Okay, so you can go through this, and this is about morphology. Lampito mauriti is commonly found in Tamil Nadu. Lampito mauriti, it is mostly available in Tamil Nadu, and it has a long cylindrical narrow body and which is bilaterally symmetrical. Long cylindrical narrow body, and its symmetry is bilateral. Okay, bilateral, that is when you cut the animal through a central axis, body can be equally divided okay, into two halves, or we can have two identical parts, or the parts which have identical parts. There are the two portions will have identical parts, body parts. So Lampito mauriti, L refers to, we can simply call it as L mauriti, it refers to Lampito mauriti. It is 80 to 210 millimeter in length with a diameter of 3.5 to 5 millimeter, and it is light brown in color which with purplish tinge at the anterior end. Anterior end, it shows a shade of purple color, and its length is 80 to 210, and diameter is 3.5 to 5 millimeter, and color is light brown, but anterior end it has a purplish tinge. This color of the earthworm, it's mainly due to the presence of porphyrin pigment. The color of the earthworm is mainly due to a pigment called porphyrin. The body of the earthworm is encircled by a large number of grooves which divide it into a number of compartments called segments or metameres. The earthworms have a body that is encircled by a large number of grooves. We can find number of grooves on the body, and these grooves are the deep lines which divide the body into a number of compartments called segments or metamorph.